Realtors of Reddit, what's the most bizarre reason someone decided not to buy a house?
Spent around 2 months looking for a property with a couple. They barely qualified for what they were looking for, so each offer was a battle just to get it reviewed. Finally found a house that had a willing seller, good listing agent, and it checked all but one box. That box, the guest bathroom, had a shower curtain the wife didn't like. Seriously. Not a glass door or anything permanent, but a removable curtain held up by those bars you twist into place. I even offered to buy them a $200 gift card for Home Depot or Bed Bath & Beyond to help them find something different. Nope, that curtain killed the whole thing for the wife. Needless to say, I fired them as clients immediately after that.
Former Realtor here. Had a couple that wanted to live in a specific neighborhood and wanted a rectangular pool with a small pool house and covered patio. There were exactly 3 houses in the neighborhood that met these requirements. I spoke with all 3 owners and one said they would sell and they were generous on their pricing. Why, you ask? Did the couple decide not to buy? The house next door was yellow.
I knew someone who didn't buy a house because it had too many closets. Other than that, they thought the house was perfect. After a moment of stunned silence, I suggested they buy the house and close some closet doors and just not use the closet S.
Not me, but my dad did some residential and commercial back in the 70s. Lady came in and loved the house until they got to a guest bedroom that was painted yellow. She instantly switched and said, I can't buy this house because this is yellow. My dad says, we'll paint it any color you want. Her response drove him to do strictly commercial after that, but I'll know it was yellow once.
This story goes back to around 1960, but my parents found it so stupid they told me. A family friend and his young wife found a home they wanted to buy. The wife's mother was going to give them the down payment. They were super excited about the house and said it even had a breakfast bar, i.e., counter with bar stools underneath in the kitchen. The mother said no way would she ever allow her money to be spent on a house with a bar. They tried to explain it to her, but ultimately could not buy the house. Not a realtor, but I worked in finance at an RV dealership a few years back. I had a couple fly in from out of state to look at a brand new for $100. 0 unit that had specific features they were after and they put a deposit on it. I got them approved and scheduled a time for them to sign, but they backed out at the last minute because they weren't sure their cat would like it. They flew back home.
The owners had a clause in the purchase and sales that the buyer would have to guarantee that the resting site of their deceased and beloved cat would not be disturbed forever, and the placard would remain intact.